Hi, this is Dan Udovic, Director of the STEP Central Project and co-organizer for this year's STEP Grantees meeting. What I'd like to do is take you on a little guided tour of the process for submitting posters and for finding posters of interest on stepcentral.net. So the first thing we're going to do is to go to the STEP Central website. If you haven't been here in a while, you'll notice there are a number of changes. The first thing that we want to do is to find the poster submission form. And for that, we should go to STEP Meetings, select STEP 2013, and that will bring us to the main meeting page, in which there's a brief description of the meeting, along with some important deadlines, a few links, such as the link to registration, which is on the ASEE website. Registration deadline is March 1st. Submit a new poster link, which we'll be following in just a minute. And the other thing that I wanted to point out here is that there are poster instructions. It's a PDF file which you can download, which describe some information about and some guidelines for the content and for displaying your poster at the meeting, so forth. In addition to the main page here, there's pages that describe the meeting agenda, the breakout sessions for the meeting, some information about the plenary speakers, but most importantly for us right now is the link to submit a new poster. So we're going to click on this link. And because I'm not logged in, it's going to ask me to do that. If you haven't been on STEP Central for a while, you may have forgotten your password. You can click on Forgot Password. It'll help you to, it'll send you an email allowing you to reset. If you're not a member of STEP Central, this page offers some instructions on how to become a member. Right now I'm just going to log in. And now it's going to bring me to a form for submitting a poster. The form is fairly simple and straightforward. A number of the fields are filled in automatically depending on your institution and your project, which it's able to figure out from knowing who it is that's logged in. We're going to cut and paste in some of these other fields. So I'm going to cut and paste in the title, and while I'm at it, I'm going to cut and paste the abstract. It asks for the lead author's name. This doesn't have to be me, but in this case I'm just going to enter my name. And it's asking me to identify a cluster or theme that I want this poster associated with. The posters will be organized spatially at the meeting by cluster, and they're also organized that way on the website, as we'll see in a little bit. Here I'm just going to choose from among this year's options, educational research and policy for the cluster. We also ask that you submit a highlight, one or two sentences that describe some take-home message from your project or your poster. And I'm just going to, again, cut and paste something in. We want this to be short and pithy. The idea is hopefully that will attract interest from other members of the community. We also want you to add keywords. You can add as many from this list as seem appropriate for your particular poster. In this case, I'm just going to go ahead and add a couple, just so that you can demonstrate what the impact of the keywords is. Again, keywords, cluster, highlight are all there designed to help others find your poster and help you find posters that are of interest to you. Now you've already entered the lead author. Down at the bottom of the form we can enter other authors. I'm just going to add, as an example, say Lee Zia. And since Lee is not associated with the lead institution on my project, I'm going to enter an organization for him. And now he'll show up as an author. We can add as many authors as we like. We'll leave it at that. You can also add a PDF, high-resolution PDF of your poster. We want everyone to do this by the March 4th deadline if possible, so that people can review posters before the meeting and decide which posters they want to spend time at while they're at the meeting. Right now I'm not going to enter one because I want to demonstrate that even if you don't have your poster PDF ready to go, you can go ahead and submit what you do have. And now we'll go back to the STEP meeting, and I'm going to click on posters here. Now this would, near the end of the poster submission process, hopefully there will be around 100 or so posters here. Right now this is the only one. But having entered the poster, you now can go to the poster page, see what it looks like. There's the abstract and other information associated with it, and a place here for the poster PDF to appear, or a smaller version of it. What I'd like to do now is to go in and edit this and add a PDF. Notice I can edit anything here at any time. I can edit the abstract, add more keywords, and so forth, add another author if I've forgotten to do that, or change spelling, whatever we need to do. Right now I'm just going to choose a file. Just at random, I'm going to choose the poster that we submitted for our project last year, and now I'm going to submit. This will take a little while because it's uploading a relatively high-resolution PDF. But once we have that, we'll be able to see on the poster page a smaller version of the PDF, which we could click on in order to get the full-blown high-res version. You have to need to be a little bit patient when doing this, and don't panic and try to resubmit, because you'll end up submitting a second poster. Here we are with the PDF included. If I go back to the poster page where all the posters will be presented, you'll notice that in addition to the title of the project, the institution, the lead author's name, the highlight is also here, that pithy statement that's going to help people figure out what it is that you want them to take home from your poster. Now I'd like to show you how to find posters. There's only one here, so it's not terribly difficult to find it. For this video, I've entered a few others that will help us learn how to use the tools for finding posters. So here we have 4 posters in 3 different clusters. As the process continues, there might be as many as, say, 100, 120 posters in 10 different clusters. If we wanted to choose a particular cluster and just see the posters there, we would click on Cluster, and let's say we wanted to search on Learning Communities. We could select None, and then select Learning Communities and apply that filter, and now we'd find the one fictional poster here that is in the Learning Community cluster. Going back to all of them, again, we can also filter by institution type. In this case, this would be whether your institution is public, private, 2-year, bachelor's, master's, or PhD institution. And you can also search by keyword. So here are all of the possible keywords. If we now select none and choose faculty development, apply the filter, here's the one poster that I've included that has faculty development among its keywords. And then we could click on it in order to see the full-blown poster. If we wanted to view the PDF in a larger, more detailed, high-res form, we would just click here and it would download that PDF. That takes a while, so I'm not going to do that. One thing that I do want to point out, though, is that when you go to a poster page like this one, you'll have the opportunity to subscribe to the poster in order to keep up with any changes that are made or any comments that people have made about the poster, questions that they've asked and want answered, responses from the presenters, and so forth. Subscribing allows you to do this. Once you subscribe to a poster, you'll be notified either via email or on your dashboard in Step Central, depending on your preferences that you've designated in your profile. Okay, so now we know how to find the meeting pages on Step Central, download poster instructions, submit and edit a poster, and use the filtering tools to help identify posters of interest, as well as how to subscribe to online discussions for individual posters. We encourage you to read the poster instructions carefully for guidelines about poster content and for information about displaying your poster at the meeting. And that's it. We look forward to seeing you at the meeting.